Liv was like, oh no, we're just friends. Girl, no, y'all not. I realized soon because y'all saw the way he was looking at the end. He know what's up. Simone. Liv was great. Simone ate. Oh, Simone Hicks, can you show me around campus? She needs somebody to show her around campus, sir. She was already warmed up. She didn't give you time to warm up. That's why you was over there struggling. I was like, dang, boy, you don't even care that she got a man. We're just friends. Not no more. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kaya. In today's video, we'll be going over All American Season 3, Episode 17, Homecoming, which, y'all, okay. So this episode was the backdoor pilot for Simone's spinoff. And, you know, leading up to it, Simone's been growing on me this season here. But this episode, I was like, I'm gonna follow Homegirl's journey. I gotta see how this plays out because this pilot was so good, man. There's probably other words to describe it, and they'll come to me along the way. But just the cast, the storylines that we have going on, the simple fact that it's not even football this time around. We got tennis and baseball. I said, switching it up for us right there. Oh my gosh. And then Simone, just seeing her in a whole nother... Dad, they still got the fireworks going. Man. And then just Simone, seeing her in a different setting and where she, y'all, she gonna be thriving up in this HBCU. I could see it already and I'm here for it. Okay, so we kick it off with Simone, Jordan, Spencer, and Homegirl Liv, and they just arrived to the HBCU. And y'all, okay, Simone girl, she's not trying to have our Princeton because if y'all ain't want me, we don't need that negativity. So thank you. Next. Now, this is just her weekend to get away, think about her future and what her possibilities are moving forward. But just seeing Homegirl live up on this campus, and they've only been on the campus at this point for like 5 seconds, and I was like, girl, I could see you going here too. You and Lil Simone up in this school. Just the energy, it was so light, and I'm just taking in the energy around them, you know, the culture out there partying, getting it down and everything on campus, living. And I knew that they're about to be living their best lives this weekend. So they meet Auntie Amari, y'all, right? And okay, Simone's family, she seems like she comes from a very strong family. And I feel like, I don't know, I think this auntie here, I think auntie might be from the dad side of the family because her and mama seem like night and day. You know, mama's more hard and annoying. But auntie here, I feel like I'm gonna like auntie, y'all. She seemed cool. And so she finishes up teaching and everything. So they come, do introductions, and we also get to meet Keisha, who Keisha seems cool for now. And Keisha seems like she's about to be down to earth, you know, a little friendly friend for Simone when she get up in the school because we know she going. And Auntie just wants them all to enjoy the weekend, really take in Brixton and see how you like it. And I was like, yeah, y'all, see how you like it. But we all know when they first walked onto campus, Simone and Spencer and my girl Liv, I was like, okay, because they were like, hey, is that, yo, hey. But Jordan seemed like a fish out of water. Jordan was just like he's there to support his woman and help her to get away for the weekend, and you know, as a supportive husband should. And that's about it. But at the end of the day, he hoping Homegirl is only here to escape what's going on back home, but that ultimately her school choice will be back home. And I'm like, he don't know, he don't see it, but he gonna find out. So we have Keisha showing the crew around campus, and Simone, basically, she's undecided about where she would like to go for college, and Keisha's like, girl, you gotta get on that because senior year's almost up, y'all. I was like, dang, man, now that I think about it, we only have a few more weeks left until they about to graduate. They were once so small, y'all, and now they about to be out. But we still getting some shows. And meanwhile, Liv girl seemed like she is a lot more put together when it comes to what she would like to do going forward with school and everything. And I was like, yes, girl. Now we just got to work in this whole situationship thing here we got going on between her and Spencer, because we got the girl Keisha, right? And she's interested now in the dudes. And she was like, oh, what's going on with the guys behind me, you know? And Simone, she was like, not my man, that's my hubby. So off the table. But Keisha was more worried about Spencer. who the dark chocolate belonged to. And Simone, she was trying to help homegirl Liv out. She was like, that's Liv's, you know, little thingy thingy. And Liv was not trying to claim him. Liv was like, oh no, we're just friends. Girl, no, y'all not. Girl, y'all done sat here and said, I love you. I'm in love with you. Had this whole thing going on. We were making progress, y'all. And she was not trying to claim him in this moment. I said, girl, another girl is trying to go after your man. And because y'all aren't official right now, she has the grounds to do so. And you're not trying to stop her? Because, you know, it's Liv. And we all knew it wasn't going to happen in that moment. Which I knew. But at the same time, I was just like, girl, do not let her go for it. And Keisha, that's all she needed to hear. She was like, oh! And was right to the back, all up on him. I was like, So then we get this little cute campus dance scene, and they're dancing to the wobble because y'all know that that's a given for any of our parties / barbecues. So Keisha, she was like, oh, who's gonna come out here and dance with me? Which I knew my girl Liv was gonna get out there because we know she got the moves, right? So I was like, and Liv girl, she also is living her best life this week. And so they were trying to get Simone to get out there. She was like, oh no. I was like, Dag, Simone could dance too? Let me see. But she was like, oh no, next song, I'll be out there for that. I was like, all right, whatever. As long as I get Liv, and my girl Liv was all for it. So cute. So homegirl Simone is recording them dancing, and this dude comes over to her, snatching her phone out of her hand, and he's like, yo, could you not? She was like, excuse me, I was trying to video my friend, and I don't know who you are, basically. But the simple fact that she was like, I was videoing my friends. I was like, Dad, you just met Keisha. That's your friend already? But you know, I guess you could tell when you first meet somebody if that connection is there or not. She felt it with Keisha. I mean, I felt a little bit too. So she was claiming her and everything as her friend along with Liv. And this whole interaction between her and Damon, right? They didn't say his name at this point, but we know. I loved it. It was so nice because, okay, it wasn't nice because they were both tight at each other. She was mad. Well, he got over it. She was upset because you come snatching my phone on my hand. Who are you? You think you somebody. Well, he is somebody. And that was his whole point because he thought she was videoing him until he realized she wasn't. And at that point, damage had already been done. But just her, and she was like, and you're like laughing right now basically because he found it funny. One, she didn't know who he was and got so upset because, you know, strong black woman, she was coming at him, and he appreciated the fact that she didn't know who he was. And I was like, yes, I could see this connection happening right here. I told y'all they're not gonna last, her and Jordan, so this is gonna be her new boo. I could see it already. And I was like, I like him. You know, sometimes it be taking people a while to grow on me, but the idea of him and Simone right now was like, yes, Damon, although he was over there trying to push up on somebody else's girl, and I was like, I don't know about that. Even after Jordan had walked up and, you know, she was basically like, you know, I got this. But she was like, hey, babe. And he didn't even care. He still was trying to get up on girl the whole episode, y'all. I was like, dang, boy, you don't even care that she got a man. And then even towards the end when he found out who Jordan really was to her, I mean, he was a little taken back by that too, but at the same time, he still was looking like, she gonna come here and I'm gonna put my moves. But I'm for that. The whole time Spencer's standing here and he's looking at him like he recognizes him from somewhere, clearly, but he looks confused at the same time because he doesn't know where he recognizes him from. But I'm just like, this dude is all the way in the South over here and you're from California. So I had a feeling he probably plays some sort of sport because why else would Spencer know him, you know? It's not like he be traveling to the South very much, so, and he ain't got no friends over here yet, so he gotta be somebody in the sports world. So we find out that Damon over here is in town because he's visiting his homeboy who plays at Princeton, but Spencer and them, they're peeping him up in the stands, and he realizes he knows who he is. That's Damon Sims, yo. Nah, but it's Damon Sims, and he is one of the top recruits to go into the MLB. And at the same time, we have this conversation that's happening, a very important conversation that's happening between Jordan and Spencer, where Spencer's asking, you know, do you see yourself coming to school in the South? And Jordan's like, no, you know, football is in California for me. And he's like, it is for Simone too, like to go to school in California, and she's just here for a weekend to get away, basically. No. That is not what this is, Jordan. Yes, California is for you in football because you can clearly see that where his heart is. But for Simone, she's so torn and lost right now because she doesn't know what it is she wants, and she doesn't feel that sense of home really in California. Yes, her son is there, but at the same time, she's trying to put back together her life and get back her passions that she had before she had the baby, you know? So I was like, you need to do some more thinking on that, because you don't really know your wife, Jordan, and I see her. I know her. We all know her, right? We know her. So he gotta realize some things, which we're gonna see he gonna realize soon, because y'all saw the way he was looking at the end. He know what's up. So the girls get to the tennis courts, right? And I was like, Simone, girl, they even got courts for you. This school is made for you. And they see Thea playing. And I was like, man, we can already tell. Thea, she about to be that annoying goody two-shoes, think she's better than everybody type, until, you know, they warm her up over a few seasons and then you grow to like her. But for now, we don't like her, because the way she was coming at Simone, my girl Simone was over there fangirling. She was excited to see her play and everything. And Thea don't even know how to take compliments. So she coming at Simone. I was like, Simone, girl, the same way you was coming at homegirl Liv up on the street in Vegas, that's how you need to come up at this girl, because she talking kind of reckless to you, but she wasn't trying to have it. So then she's telling her, you know, I came up the same way you did. And then the girl Thea, really? So she was like, get on the court, you know? So Simone, she falls for it. I mean, she ain't fall for it, because the girl invited her onto the court to play with her, but based on how she was acting, we knew she did not have good intentions. But my girl Simone, she was so excited, so she was just like, oh, okay. And she takes her stuff off and she goes to play, right? And I was so excited to see this, because I got to see a glimpse of her playing tennis last week. And now this week we get a lot more of her playing tennis. And I was like, I know the girl got some skills, because she's baby Serena. So at the same time that we see Simone and Thea going at it, we have Damon, and he's on the field now because he's there visiting his friend and everything. He's taking photos with the guys, but now they want him to practice with them. And they throw him bait, y'all. They were just like, oh, you trying to save your arm? You don't want to play with us? Why? Because we're not good enough, you know? So he takes the bait, hops on the field. He starts playing with them. At the same time, we have this, was supposed to be a practice going on between Thea and Simone. But this girl, Thea, is going at it because she was trying to show my girl up, right? And I mean, she did a little bit. But Simone, she had some good hits up in there. And I was like, you could see the potential. And she was in jeans. And she hadn't even warmed up. She just threw her right into it. And she was like, she was tired too. And I was like, Dad, don't be doing her like that. But Simone, she was holding her own. So then we got this boy, Damon. And, you know, Damon is playing with the dudes and everything. He finishes up at the same time that Simone and Thea's match finishes up. So by the end of it, homegirl Simone was tired. She was like, you always warm up that intensely? And the girl was just like, sorry, thought you could hang. Simone, girl, she was already warmed up. She didn't give you time to warm up. That's why you was over there struggling. So back on the field, we have Damon, who's finishing up with the guys just as Coach Turner is coming onto the field to start up practice and everything. And he's throwing Damon so much shade, y'all, because you're not going to come up on this field and try to play with my team like there's some charity case when you don't even want to play with your own team because you're over there trying to save your arm for the big game, right? And Damon, he was taken back by that because he was not expecting this, especially from a coach, you know. He was trying to be nice in that moment. He was like, oh my goodness, you have a great team here and everything. And he was just like, no, I want nothing to do with you. Get off my field. But then at the same time, we have the head coach coming on, Coach Shaw, and complete opposite from Coach Turner. He's all, oh, hey, Coach Shaw, this is Coach Turner. You know, I've had my eye on you since your freshman year and everything. He's basically fangirling over Damon. He seemed a little odd to me, which we saw because he was a little too excited. Yes, Coach Turner was coming across in a shady way, but he seemed genuine and he didn't want someone who was there just playing because they felt like playing and there wasn't no real passion for the game or anything. Whereas this one, Coach Shaw, seemed like he was just a people pleaser and wants to tell you what you want to hear. He wants what's best for himself and everything. That's how he was coming across to me, which we saw how he really is. So it seemed like that's what Damon would need going forward, is some sort of tough love. And that's what he gonna get from Coach Turner. I felt it. So now the crew is out to dinner with Auntie, and they're talking about Simone and her parents, and Moms doesn't know that she is out visiting the school, but Pops knows, which is all that matters. And she's basically telling them to really take in the school this weekend, all of them actually, because it could be a good fit for all of them, which I could see it, you know, just not for Jordan. I don't see it for Jordan. I see Jordan staying in California. Simone, Spencer, and Liv, I could definitely see them fitting in to this life, you know, the HBCU life, and something that's just, it's like a breath of fresh air in a way for them, I feel. But the only thing is, I don't know, that's gonna work out for us, you know. We're gonna have to find another school for them because we can't be having 2 shows filming at the same school. So Auntie just wants them to really just take in the school for the weekend and really just see if you're a fit for the school, because she believes that they all would be. So then she gets a call from Keisha, and something's going on with the fashion show, you know, case of emergency. So she needs Auntie's help, and Auntie ends up bringing the crew over because y'all see what happens next, y'all. So they ended up losing a girl for the show, right? Keisha needs a replacement, and they end up putting in Liv and Simone, which, okay, so Liv girl, I was like, yes, put Liv in it. I gotta see Liv on stage, modeling, dancing, everything. She gonna be dope. And then Simone, because we haven't seen Simone dance. No, we haven't seen Simone dance yet. So I was like, yes, put Simone up in there too. But when the girl was like, Simone was like, no, no, no. And Auntie, she was like, you used to dance. And I was like, oh, snap, did she? But Keisha, when she was like, you said next song, promise. And this is the next song, so let's go. I was like, yes, girl, you throw that back at her, because she shouldn't have said that, y'all. And now we get to see them perform. I was like, yes. Okay, but hold up. All right, so before the show starts, we got Damon coming in with his homeboy, and he's all salty a little bit because Coach Turner was throwing some shade at him, you know? He was like, yo, why he was acting like that, basically. All this goes out the window the second the girls come out to perform. So first up, we have Liv, and I was excited to see Liv full out perform, because ever since she started talking about her and Kia and their community dance center that they had back in Crenshaw, I was like, yo, when we gonna see the kiddies dance, or at least them dance, you know? We never got that. So then when she comes out, my girl was killing it. She looked great, hair done, outfit, that green popping on her, everything cool. Spencer, y'all saw him eyeing his girl. He had to sit up a little bit. He was like that, right? And Jordan, he was just like, he was not trying to see his sister in this way. But then Simone comes out. I said, Simone. Liv was great. Simone ate. I was like, yo, Simone was forget Simone. Jeffrey was getting it, y'all. I said, this choreo and the way she was so dedicated to them steps, and she was working it with her outfit too. It was like Christmas on stage. She had the red, my girl Liv had the green. Such a dope performance. I was like, yo, this how they doing it for homecoming? This what we gonna be getting? This right here is my swag. Nah, I'm joking. It was so good, y'all. I was like, man. And then, okay, so yes, Simone, she was killing it. And then as she's killing it, we got this boy Damon, because he looks and he realizes who it is up on the stage, because, you know, after their initial meeting and that interaction that they had, he realized, okay, I was upset at her at first, but as she was talking to me and the way she was talking to me, you know, she was coming at me because I made the wrong assumption. He realized he sensed something there. Do I like her a little bit? But when he see her up on that stage, he was like, yes, I like her. And I'm feeling this girl. Yo, who is this girl? And now you could tell in this moment, he's really intrigued to see and know more about her. And I said, this episode, y'all, the way they started out these storylines, introducing these new characters and moving forward the relationships of all the previous characters that we've already had from All American, gold. It was so good. Alright, so fashion show was over. We got Liv Girl and Simone coming to the back. Liv Girl dips out, so it's just Simone, right? Homegirl tripping over her feet with these heels, so she needed a little assistance. Or did she? So Damon comes up, he comes grabbing onto her hand, right? It was that hand hold, y'all. The same way Spencer and Liv Girl had the little shoulder touch up at the cabin. Y'all remember that? That's how that handhold situation just happened between them. And she looked down and she was like, I got it. Right? So he's over here. He's trying to get to know her now. He introduces himself because he didn't get to properly do it the first time around. She introduces herself. My name's Simone Hicks, you know. So he talking about, oh, Simone Hicks, can you show me around campus? She needs somebody to show her around campus, sir. So Jordan, he was like, not my woman. So Jordan comes up and he's like, yo, bro, get off my lady. Back off, you know? And they don't want no problem. Simone's like, Jordan, it's okay. I got it, you know? Because Simone, she a strong lady. And Spencer, y'all, Spencer is over here chilling in the back. He wants no problems. He's just here. He's supporting his friends, you know? He chilling. So, you know, Damon, he don't want no problems either. He's like, all right, you know, he realizes this her man, like her man, he keeps popping up. So let me take a step back. But then he notices Spencer. He was like, oh, hold up, I know you, right? So then he noticed Spencer from the whole taking a knee thing. And it seems like Spencer doesn't mind Damon. And okay, yeah, you know, apparently Jordan he has an issue with you because of the whole Simone situation. That's Jordan's girl, not mine. We don't have any issues. Yes, that's my friend. And as long as you don't try anything towards him and, you know, you're taking a step back now. So it's whatever. He don't want no problem. So he's just like, he seems cool with the fact that, you know, you want to talk to me? I'll talk to you. I don't care. Now he knows who the dude is as well. So he plays sports. They have sports in common at least. So he's just along for the ride basically. And he's just like, oh yeah, you know. And they seem cool. I can see them being friends too, you know? Him and Damon. I can see that. His friend JR comes up and shows him an article. And basically, it then got out that he's been up in Brixton and that he was over here playing with the team. But they're making it seem like homeboy not trying to go to the MLB. He trying to try out for this school here. And he's like, dang. You know, problems gonna come from this article, right? This is it, y'all. This is gonna be a way that Damon and Simone bond because they both have crazy mamas, annoying mamas, who is basically their way or no way. And everything that they say goes. Y'all see his mama? She showed up, even, yo, you could tell by the way she was strutting up to that house with them shoes and that coat on. She comes in and she's like, no, we're going to find a way to spin this and we're going to use this to our benefit because you're going to the MLB. That's our goal. That's always been the plan. And him, you can tell because he's grown up with this woman. This is his mom's. And, you know, she's supported him and he feels that everything that he's doing right now is not only helping him, but it's helping his mom. So he's torn between, do I really want to play with the MLB or do I want this life of going to an HBCU, you know? So he's trying to stand up to her. I'll give him that. My man, he said no. And he tried to say it with all his chest too. And she was like, no. Boy, get upstairs, take a shower, change your clothes, put on something nice, let's go. And, you know, he tried to hold his ground, but Moms was not having it. So he had to dip out and he ended up caving in. But you could tell in this moment, that's not really what he wants. And it's seeming like him being up in this school setting, this is where his heart is, you know? We gonna see, but it's making for some good stories. So Spencer comes to see Auntie and he being nosy just like his girl, y'all. He sees her looking over some papers on her desk and everything, and it has to do with the athletics program. Puts two and two together. This is something to do with the article that you've been working on. And she's just like, oh, nothing gets past you. Because I'm his girlfriend. They be eavesdropping and snooping and stuff like that. But he ends up handing her the envelope that apparently was taped to her door. And inside is a photo of Coach Shaw and some other dude, right? I didn't know who that dude was, but we found out. And she ends up placing a phone call and she basically wants to pull some students' transcripts. And I was like, oh, whatever it is though, this scandal has to do with Coach Shaw. And sure enough, it did. Now Auntie comes to see President Allen, and as she's walking into his office, we got Shaw and Coach Turner coming out the office, and she gives a little side eye to Coach Shaw. And I was like, you know, made Auntie upset. So he dips out and she comes with her little evidence and she hands it to him. And come to find out, that person that he was with was the anthropology chair. And this dude, he been over here cheating grades and everything for his players so that way they can continue to play the game. And President Allen, he was just like, you mean to tell me that this what he doing? Now he has to basically burn the whole house down and clean it out because you can't let something like this go. And we know Auntie not about to let it go, so he gonna have to do something. And I was just like, you could tell he was too happy when they first introduced him, when he walked onto that field and saw Damon. And I was like, something about his personality and the way he's coming across, it does not seem genuine. So it's time for him to go. I could see him go. Damon and Moms is up in the car and they see the news that Coach Shaw has now resigned, which I was like, yes, thank you. And she doesn't even care about what's happening to the team. She's all, well, there goes our leverage. She didn't even care about the fact that a team just lost their head coach. At this point, Bringston doesn't know what their future is looking like, especially since Coach Shaw has now resigned, and who knows what's going to happen with Coach Turner since he was the assistant coach. You don't know if he was involved or anything like that. They don't know. So the baseball team right now is in trouble. Moms don't even care. She only cares about her boy and him getting to the MLB. And that's why he's upset, because you don't care about this team. And my man, he has a heart. He cares about them. And he's seeing more and more, especially after the way Coach Turner was talking to him earlier on the field. He's realizing the power of teamwork and being there for one another. And what do you really want? Why are you doing this? Why are you, which he was saying, why are you playing a sport if you don't even love it? You don't seem like you love it. So why are you playing? Which he seems like this is something he wants, but not in the way that he's currently going about it, which is on track to joining the MLB, because that's not what he wants. That's what his mom wants. And, you know, he's still trying to, he knows what he wants, but he's trying to find a way to get it. And him with his mom up in this car right now, and the way she was talking regarding Bringston's baseball team and not caring what was going to happen to them, he's not feeling that. So he was just like, you know what, I'm out. And he dipped. And I was like, yep, that's the first step. You see, Simone, she left her mama, went to a whole nother state, states away. You finally standing up to your mama, and you done got out that car. I said, we on the right track. This man Shaw don't even feel bad though. He's talking to Turner, and he only resigned because he got caught. And he's making it seem like there are no good coaches out there. Good in the sense that they're not clean. And you will soon learn that. No. Don't put him in that same boat. He gonna be different. My man has integrity. He has a good heart. I can see it. I feel it. So he trying to dip out and keep his head held high, when in reality, sir, no, you got caught. You knew if you ain't resigned, you was about to get. So we get to the party, right? And they come up in there. Keisha getting everybody drinks. My girl Lil was like, nah, I'm sober. I can't have that. I was like, yep. That's right, girl. So they all started drinking and dancing. This girl, Keisha, did y'all see how she was up on Spencer? And how he was over there dancing up on her, smiling and everything. And my girl Liv, you know, she over in her little corner. She dancing, grooving and everything. And she peep over and she sees how they're dancing up on each other. And I was like, girl, see, that's what happens when you sat there and told this girl that that was just your friend. And now she all up on him because he's free. And he ain't trying to push up off her right now. So he all up on a girl, right? But then also, y'all peep the dude off to the side in the black and white jacket, varsity jacket, and they bring him into focus, and he's peeking over at Spencer and Keisha too. Who he? I didn't know who he was. So we see them, and they're all dancing up on each other and everything. And then we head outside, and we got Simone sitting there. She thinking. She's just one with her thoughts right now. And Damon walks up. I said, So they're bonding basically over sports and the fact that they're both trying to figure out what it is they truly want and how to go about getting that for themselves. So he notices from her bracelet that she plays tennis, and she now knows who he is because she saw his article, and they're having this connection, y'all. You know, I like it. I like the idea of her and Jordan, but at this point, y'all, it feels like an old married couple. There's no real spark, and they seem like they're just going through the motions of being in a relationship together and forcing it to work because they've already committed this much to their relationship, which is they've gotten married at this point. And like I said, they didn't have a whole lot of time to really be together, especially with her not being pregnant and everything. She was already pregnant, thought the baby was his, she was lying, and ended up going through the whole process of her giving the baby up for adoption and everything together. So now that she's no longer pregnant, she doesn't have the baby at all, and it's just the two of them, that relationship between the two of them is something that they didn't get to experience for a long amount of time before jumping into marriage. And at the same time, they were both still trying to find themselves and figure out what it is that they truly want. You know, Jordan, he knew he loved football, and right now he's also missing that, so he's trying to get his way back into that. When he met Miss Simone, he still had football, but for her, she didn't have a lot of the things that she had before getting pregnant. And you know, her relationship with her parents was very strained, and she didn't have tennis, so a lot of who she was went away. And that's something that she's starting to discover a lot more now that her and Jordan are together, now that she's no longer pregnant, she doesn't have a baby, and college is a lot closer now for her, so in her future. So these are things that she's trying to figure out. And who she was when she met Jordan isn't who she was before she met Jordan, and is not who she is right now that she's married to Jordan, because she's slowly transitioning and trying to get back to her old self, and Jordan didn't know that her. So we're gonna see, because it's very interesting. And I feel like the Simone that Damon is beginning to see now is the Simone that she was a little bit before she met Jordan, because that, again, that's who she's trying to get back to, is that Simone, the Simone who was passionate about her life and her future and playing tennis and the things she wanted for herself. You know, she had goals and she was working towards those, and life just kind of went sideways a little bit for her there. And I feel like Damon is getting to see that Simone. He's getting to see a more confident Simone, in the sense that y'all see the way she's been talking to him this episode. You know, she knows how to stand her ground. She knows what it is she wants, and that's why she's trying to go after it. For the most part, she knows what it is she wants. She wants to play tennis. She wants to go to college, and she's just trying to figure out what that looks like for her to actually have that experience, you know? And yes, he would have to know more about her past as well if things do work out for the two of them. Don't come at me, y'all, if, you know, you're solely just her and Jordan. I apologize. But like I said, I be flip-flopping. But I know with all my heart, her and Jordan are meant to be. So yes, when things do go forward with her and Damon, because we know it will, he would need to know more about her past, because he has to accept all of her. But as of right now, he's getting to see this Simone who's rediscovering herself and getting back to what it is that she loves. And, you know, I don't think Jordan likes the Simone that he can help. He likes the Simone who he can be there to support and everything. Simone, like I said, Simone is strong, and Simone knows what it is that she wants, but Simone just has trouble really going after it. And that's something that she's really trying to figure out how to do for herself. And once she does that, this girl gonna be unstoppable, y'all. Now back in the party, we have Jordan and Liv, and y'all, Jordan's, I don't even know if that was supposed to be the running man or what it was supposed to be. I know it looked a mess, but my man was trying. So he's dancing. Spencer comes running over, and he's like, oh, you gotta come dance with me to Liv before Keisha gets back. Which I was like, you sure was not looking like you didn't want to dance with her when they showed y'all before, grinding all up on each other, but we won't let it slide because now you coming for Liv. So Liv goes over. Yeah, her, she was like, you could just say no. He didn't want to say no, girl. He wanted you to come dance with him. So they go and they start dancing, and my girl, she's not even drunk, y'all. She ain't have not one sip. She is completely sober, and she went and got her man, because nope, no girl is gonna come up and move in on you. I know I said what I said earlier, but no. You're my guy. And she went after her guy, and she went smooching up on her man, because she knows that's the love of her life, and she knows he feels the same way. So she needs to solidify that. And what better way to do it when there's no one around to judge you, and you're away in a whole nother state for the weekend, free to do whatever you want basically. So go after your man, girl. And that's exactly what she did. Went and got her man. I don't know how they gonna tell Layla though. Cause she was just like, no, we're just friends. Not no more. So Damon comes to the field and he's looking for JR because he was MIA at the party, which sometimes he was a little off here. I'm gonna let y'all know. And he ends up bumping into Coach Turner, and he is basically there to reflect, you know? Come to find out, he done lost his job too because of Coach Shaw. They done cleaned house. They was like, he gotta go, you gotta go, because we don't know if he was involved or not, you know? But apparently, he the reason we got the tips, y'all. I knew he was such a genuine person. I felt it, you know? And I was just like, man, in that moment, I was like, I hope he get his job back, because he seemed like he really loves the sport. He loves this team, and like he'll be what's best for this team going forward. And I felt like him becoming head coach, and should Damon decide to come to this school, which I already felt like he would, that they would have a great relationship. It would be kind of like a Spencer and Papa Billy type relationship, I felt like. So I was like, Dag, I hope it work out for him, because he needs this. So my girl, baby Serena, is on the court and she's practicing. At the same time, we get Thea show up and she's throwing a little bit of shade, which I said, you know, she comes across as a know-it-all basically. But I'll give her this. It seems like she gives off tough love. Kind of like Simone's mama, just not as annoying as Simone's mama. And I don't know. Maybe she does mean well behind it. I want to say that she does. She seems like she means well in her own way behind what she says to people. So when she's talking to Simone and she's basically giving her tips in this moment a little bit about her playing, it's coming across rude and like you don't know what you're doing. But at the end of the day, she's giving her tips on how to improve her playing, and because she loves tennis and tennis is her sport as well. So she wants to make sure if you're playing this sport, you need to be doing the best that you possibly can, because you shouldn't be playing otherwise. It can come across rude. She can come across rude. But I feel like she does give off tough love. So I feel like her and Simone's relationship is something that will grow over time in a sense. Yes, it'll be a rivalry there, because I mean, y'all both can be Serena, but they got Venus too. Yeah, so it seems like there'll be some sort of, you know, rivalry there, which when is there not? I mean, look at Spencer. First him, Jordan, Asher, and all of them. Then he went to Crenshaw. It was him and Chris. Then we got Damon, I'm gonna tell y'all. And now Simone. So she needs that person. But I feel like their relationship will grow a little bit over time. Just don't be pushing up on Simone, soon to be man, and we good. Auntie gonna be one of my faves, y'all. So she's talking to Simone about coming to Brixton and doing this for yourself, because Simone is worried about not only her mom not letting her come here, which Auntie is telling her, you're worried about coming to this school, but what were you gonna do had you been accepted to Princeton? Good question. So I was like, girl, that's a whole nother state too. So, but on top of her mom not allowing her to come here, she's also worried because her life is back in California with her friends, her family, and baby Shay, and the relationship that she has now built with his adoptive parents and being able to be a part of his life as well. But Auntie telling her, good, you see, I knew I could sense it off the bat. You got Auntie and you got Coach Turner. These are the good people. My Auntie's telling her, you'll be no good to those people if you don't do what's best for you. So if you're not happy with what you're doing in life and the choices that you've made for yourself, yes, you'll still have those people, but they'll be living their lives how they want to live it, while you're still sitting there trying to find a way to make yourself complete, which won't happen because it's not meant for you there. So actually take the time to see what Brixton has to offer, or just see what's out there in general that is available to you, to see what it is what does Simone want? What do you want, girl? When you figure that out, go for it. Y'all see, it's just something about Spencer that makes people want to talk to him, spill their guts out to him, because This boy Damon, he just met him the other day. Yes, he knows of him, but you just met him like yesterday, and he was over here spilling his heart out, everything. But we find out that, well, he tells him, we already know that he's doing this for his mom because this is basically her dream. It's not his, and he feels he owes this to her because she saved him, he says, because he was in the system. She took him in, and we find out that his birth parents are not only from Atlanta, but they actually went to this college here, Princeton. And Spencer, which I was like, thank goodness Spencer asked, because I was wondering too. He was like, is that why you came here? And it's a part of the reason, which also, y'all, I feel like one of his parents, at least one of his parents, I feel like they may have been introduced already. And I feel like it might be President Allen. Maybe. At first, Coach Turner crossed my mind, but I was like, nah, he seemed a little too young for him to be his daddy, you know? So, I think it might be President Allen. I don't think it's Auntie. It ain't Auntie. I feel like it's President Allen. And we gonna find out. Honestly, I just hope it's not Shaw, because if it turns out to be head coach Shaw and he doesn't have to resign, and we find out his daddy was this shady, dang. I mean, that made for a good story though. But no, we can't have that. I wouldn't want that for him. He needs somebody better. Just gotta find out who the mama is. And yeah, so he's telling Spencer all of this, and Spencer's basically telling him, you need to do what makes you happy, because that's something that she wants. And if it's not a dream of yours, it's not a passion of yours, you're not gonna be happy doing that. And that's no way to live your life, my guy. So, you find what makes Damon happy, and you do what makes Damon happy. I say, y'all see this? The little scene before with Simone and her auntie, and she giving her some words of wisdom and everything. And then right after, we got her boo and and Spencer. We got Damon and Spencer, and he's giving him some words of wisdom now. He's basically telling him, you need to figure it out right now. What does Damon want? Because that draft pick is coming up sooner than you think, and if that's not what you want, you shouldn't be going for it, because that's no way to live your life. He in the sports world, so you listen to him, and Damon, he was listening. So at the same time, we see Simone going into the head tennis coach's office. We see Damon going into President Allen's office, and Simone, I was like, we know what she about to do. So not only did Damon decide to come to Princeton and not participate in the draft pick for the MLB, it came with my man's Coach Turner getting head coach, y'all. Not only did he get his job back, he got a better job. And then y'all see his mama, Damon mama, she was out in that audience. She knew what was up too. As soon as he walked out there and he came up to that podium, she was looking, she had that sus look on her face. But at the same time, we had JR who done popped back up. He was looking mad sus in that audience too. I was like, something seems up with JR, because he's been chill this whole time. His friend's been visiting him, but now his friend announced that he's staying and got Coach Turner his job back, a better job back. He wasn't expecting that. So now, I don't know. He coming across a little salty to me, y'all. They about to have some beef, y'all, because JR, he fake happy. He was like, I guess Princeton has found its star. He know it's not gonna be him. He was probably hoping it was until Damon done committed. So now he gonna be tight. He gonna be nice for a little bit, and then he gonna start acting real shady towards Damon because he upset this man that came and took over now, and he don't stand a chance. Then we have Simone show up, and her and Damon are having yet another conversation where y'all can't tell me y'all don't see that connection between the two of them. And then she let it out that, she got a husband. And he was like, husband? He wasn't expecting that. It's temporary though, Damon, don't worry. And he's just trying to figure out if everything worked out for her, if she figured out what it is that she wants to do. She's working on it, and she's going to figure it out soon, because you about to see her. He just don't know it yet. And they end up parting ways, and they end on good terms, They gonna see each other soon. So she goes out. Her man is waiting for her. I was like, Dag, Jordan is so sweet though. He's standing by her car, open up the car for her, but he notices. She seems happy. She seems content. And it's only been a weekend, and she's in another state. And that's what it took to make her happy. Look at that. And y'all see the look on his face though? I was like, that hurt a little bit because he knows that she seemed different coming here for the weekend than she is back home. And now he's realizing that maybe California isn't for her, but he's not ready to accept that. So he gonna act like he don't know. Next week we back home, y'all. Back up in Crenshaw, back up in Beverly, and we gotta see how these stories play out because we got this smooch we gotta discuss because they're not about to just let that slide by like they didn't give us that this episode. Where's this relationship going, y'all? We need to know. Then we got Simone. Homegirl, you done had one of the best weekends of your life. We know it. So we gotta see how it's about to play out. But that'll all be coming to us soon, y'all. We're about to get these answers because y'all, it's about to come to an end. I can't accept it, but we will. But yeah, that is all for this week's episode, you guys. And I'll see you all next time.